welcome to episode 16, Gift and Curse podcast. Your host, Dane. We have a very special guest this evening. You might have heard him from other episodes. Much love to the show, Shepherd. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good brother. How are
You had one line. We spoke about this in the pre-chat.
you? Yeah.
Where are we coming live from?
Oh, we're coming live. Always, of course, from your mum's basement. Special guest cuck this week.
Shep, the special guest cup. Yeah, mate, coming to you live from your mum's house. As always, no ADOS here. ADOS has gone AWOL for the week. Uncontactable. Hopefully we'll get back to him next week, but second best is it was Chef. We couldn't get a hold of Chef, so now we got we got Chef. And how are you, mate? How you been?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it was a good night until that. Yeah, thanks. You sound like my wife. I'm always at third best in the family. So
Got the late call up.
yeah, I did. Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
minus Labuschagne, mate, when he was the concussion. Remember that? He come in as a concussion sub
yep,
over in
yep.
England. Yeah. Talk about the cricket, mate. You been watching the cricket today?
Yeah, yeah. It's been a great game. They've actually just finished up. I don't know, guys who sort of don't want to know the score probably tune out now and listen in later. But
It's
yeah.
not coming out till the morning, so if they don't know the score by now, what are you doing?
Yeah, yeah. So Australia 2 nil up in the Ashes, won by 8 wickets this afternoon. So
Bloody
yeah,
Smudgy went off, didn't he? He just come out swinging.
yeah, come out swinging, gave Jofra Archer a bit of chat and Leighton, what did we day 4? So
Yeah.
it's nice that Cricket Australia made a bit of money off this one, unlike Perth.
You can yeah, the 2 day test. You can't give Archer too much chat. He broke his arm, so mate, on this day, so you've had a little bit of the balls up here. You've got on this day for the 7th of December. We've got two coming this week. So you've done the 7th and I've done the 8th, which is the release date. So do you want to kick us off with your knowledge of the 7th of December in the history?
Yeah, so a little bit of knowledge for the 7th, because I thought we're doing it for today and not for the day the potty come out. Um, so on this day, the 7th, 1813, there was the discovery of the Macquarie River in New South Wales. Very, very pivotal, significant. It opened up agriculture and settlement options. It was named after the governor at the time, Lachlan
That's,
Macquarie.
whereabouts is that based in New South Wales, do you know?
Somewhere between Queensland and Victoria. Yeah, I'm not familiar with New
Yeah,
South
right.
Wales geology.
Yeah, I'm quite familiar with it. I know I grew up near a place called Macquarie Field. I wonder if it has anything to do with that. But I've never heard of the Macquarie River. But that opens it up for Biggie's fact checks next week, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
We will be fact. Anything else that happened on the 7th?
Yeah, on the 7th, the evacuation of the Anzacs in 1915,
Yep.
very pivotal moment, World War One, considered one of the few successful aspects of Gallipoli, showcasing effective planning and execution under difficult circumstances.
So they were pulled out before America entered.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because
Mm.
something else happened today. Because didn't the America was involved,
Yeah, today was the Pearl Harbor, was when
which
Pearl
was
Harbor
the
bombing started.
yeah the Hiro was it? Oh no, not Hiroshima. That Japan bombed Pearl Harbor, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Mate, you're a history man, aren't you?
Oh, I don't mind a bit of pub knowledge if it gets me a free beer on a Tuesday night
Railway Hotel, best trivia in your poon.
in Yeppoon.
And then that leads me in. You got anything else to that? Because that's a nice little segue into the 8th.
Keeping in with the cricket, Don Bradman scores 219 in what was his first test in Brisbane for New South Wales against the Touring South Africa side.
Double century.
Yeah, and Alan Border captaining his first test against the West Indies.
AB. You know what Donald Bradman used to say? He used to say, if you couldn't get me out in the first 20 balls, you're not getting me out. You used to just be that, see it like a beach ball, you wouldn't get him out. That's pretty, bit like yourself on the footy field, mate. If you're not out of breath in the first five, you're on for at least 80.
Oh mate, they call me 007 on the field. Zero tries, zero assists, but seven chats every scrum.
7 injuries.
Yeah,
We'll get into your injuries a little bit later on, because there's a lot of them. So,
Mm.
so on the 8th, so we just spoke about Pearl Harbor. So that the Japanese bombed it, and then on the 8th, it was official that America entered World War Two. So that was the entry on that. Not a great deal happened on the 8th, which is Monday, the recording day. As I said, US entered World War Two. The Romanian constitution comes into force. whatever the fuck that means. Births. There's a lot of births on this day. A lot of sex happened around the world. 9 months prior. So Nicki Minaj joined.
Yep.
Ann Coulter, who was a lawyer, a famous
Hmm.
lawyer in American history. Jim Morrison, which was a poet, singer. Um, and a couple of pivotal deaths. So the great John Lennon. Was they
Yep.
call it assassination, but it was more just a murder, wasn't it? It wasn't. What's the difference between assassination and a murder? I'm not too sure. Political
Well,
agenda?
yeah, I think like an assassination's like a famous or like celebrity or someone. Yeah, whilst a murder is just your everyday
Yeah.
killing.
Well, I guess this is an assassination too. Dimebag Darrell from Pantera was shot on stage. You remember that?
Yep. Yep.
So he was fantastic. Yeah, dude, that's pretty much it. Hey, not a great deal happened. We had a little bit of a funny chat in the pre-game, didn't we? We were saying it goes a bit quiet around Christmas time in history.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone's planning for the birthday of Jesus, so
No, I think that everyone's behaving for Santa so they don't get coal.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, it could go either way, but coal
That's,
prices are going to skyrocket soon, so we'll still be in a job.
well, I hope so because our stocks will go up and that will make some money for us.
Yeah.
So yeah, do you have any tissues? So I know in the past you can bring up the tissue you have with me if you like about the content that I get off of you. That's a good one to start with if you like to bring that up.
Oh, just so like yeah,
Fill
like
everyone
listeners that
in.
don't know. So I think it was like one of the earlier episodes. I think it was like 5 or 6 or something. And he's asking for feedback on like the potty and stuff. And so I gave a little bit of feedback, and then like your first comment straight out of the chute was like, "It's our potty. You'll listen to what we tell you to."
Yeah, so you gave us feedback on the top five. So
Hmm.
we've got pivotal feedback by you and Lester, one of the boys, and you
Hmm.
said yeah, just the top five, maybe like institute some stuff that's happening in the world and stuff. And I
Yep.
said, yeah, that's good chat actually. And on the other hand, Lester said, stop apologizing for stuff. It's your podcast. Say
Hmm.
whatever you want. So
Yep.
me being me, I intertwined him and I said, thanks for the feedback, Shep. And then boom, fuck you. We'll do what we want as our podcast.
Yeah.
So you've been
Yeah. And
blowing
then
up
and
about
then
me.
and then I think it was like the next episode, like he's like, oh yeah, so like this has happened, then like followed it on like an FM radio station. And I was like, oh, they've used it. They've taken my advice and used it.
Yeah, it was great. That's what we do. And so it's not really an issue, is it really? You're famous now. Now look at you, episode 16, headliner.
Yeah, yeah. It's only north from here.
We might be turned upside down and come south. So,
Yeah.
so do you have a genuine issue? Like I know that was genuine, but do you have an issue of the week?
Yeah, yeah. So I've got one. So it's more of a general one, and I don't really want to sort of like point fingers or anything, but you go around shopping centers, and you just see kids and they just like scream and that sort of thing. Like, they want a chocolate bar. Like, I'm not a perfect father. Like my kids do it to me sometimes, but it's just like kids will just scream like they want a toy or they want a chocolate or they want this or
To
that
get their own way?
to get their own way. Yeah. And we live in that age now where parents give in to avoid the fight sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So is your issue parenting or kids not
It's
listening to the word no? Because it's a
bit of
bit of a
column
two-way
A.
street, isn't it?
Yeah, a bit of column A, a bit of column B. It depends how you look at it, like you go back 10, 15 years when we were kids, if we did that sort of thing in Big W or Woolies, we'd get tanned right there at the checkout. So
Yeah, four knuckles right across the cheek.
yeah,
Two
yeah.
on each chin if you were me.
Yeah.
15 years, bloody 20 or 25 years for when I was a kid, mate. That's showing my age
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
It's a good issue there because I'm down in Sydney at the moment with my visiting my niece, and yeah, she puts on the tennies if she doesn't get what she wants. Also, she negotiates. You say, oh, I
Yep.
want two lollies. No, no. How about one? How about one and a half? So it's pretty smart. Kids are clever. That's a good issue though. I hate when the kids do that high pitched scream. Like
Yeah.
you're not getting anywhere with that, mate. Like at least
Yeah.
do some death metal stuff. Like that's impressive.
Bit of
I
tone to
ex-
it, yeah. But that like even like with kids these days, like everything's a diagnosis and that sort of thing. And so you can't really say anything as a spectator because you don't really want to tread on someone's toes that you don't know what's
or a
going on in their
spectrum
life sort
tater,
of thing.
a
Yeah. Yeah.
spectrum tater. Yeah, but it's a good point you make because there's a fine line between saying, okay, there is genuinely something wrong with this kid being on the spectrum, or the kid's just being a prick. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but you can't say it these days. But I'll say it. I don't care. If your
Mm.
kid's yelling in a shopping centre, it's a prick. Um, well done. Welcome to the last episode of Gift and the Curse podcast, guys. So my issue, and I spoke about this before about the FPOS, the tax they put on the FPOS, and I think I spoke
Yeah.
about it in an earlier episode at the airport, how they tried to put it on for individual items, not just per purchase. That was an issue at the time, but now I've got an issue with the ones in Sydney. The FPOS service fee, 10 cents, 20 cents, fine. Each shop I go to, it's a different amount. They just put on whatever the hell they want. Today I had a $2.40 one on some fried rice, like just for
Yes.
FPOS. So they just look at you like you, oh, I can get this clown for more, and they just add it. And they don't, it's not a single button. It's just like they'll actually put the price in. So they can put the price in whatever they want. And whatever shop you go to, it's different every time. So they're just taking the piss. Like, that's my issue.
Yeah, yeah, and it's the same with ATM machines. Like I went to the pub the other night and played a bit of poker, and $3 ATM withdrawal fee, right next to the gaming room. So blokes that have got a bit of an addiction want to pull money out. They're getting stung $3 a hit just to pull cash out.
They're losing before they lose.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you have a punt on the pokies?
Yeah, had a punt. Yeah, no good. Oh,
How'd you,
yeah.
how'd you go at poker? Was that a Cowker?
Yeah, poker was all right. I just wasn't my night, Like I had an ace high flush and lost to a straight flush and had
Ooh,
trips, lost to bigger trips, and it just,
yeah.
yeah, just one of those nights.
Yeah, Shep's a bit of a poker connoisseur. He reckons he's the best in Rockhampton, so we will see about that.
Maybe,
Yes,
maybe a segment for a later one would be like gift and the curse versus the boys.
yeah, we can do that. Well, I mean, I fancy myself against anyone in the world at poker, let alone just some pleb from Bouldercombe.
Hmm.
Bouldercombe, what would Bouldercombe be? Bouldercombe would be like the Campbelltown, if you listen from Sydney, would be the Campbelltown of you're the West Tigers of the NRL. That's what
Uh,
that's what Bouldercombe is.
nah, they're all right.
I've
Good
had an
listening.
I've had an interesting week. My cousin, who my niece's mum, she's getting her L's. She's on her L's now, getting her P. She's later in life. She's 32 or something. Never had to have a license before because in Sydney you can just grab on a train cheaper and quicker. But now she's got a kid. She finds herself needing a license. But so I've been the designated driver while she's driving. She's good. She's okay. Merging. Okay. Very slow. She's very, very, very slow, which isn't a bad thing, but it made me laugh because she's the only person I know in my whole life that needs to speed up in school zones to reach the 25-kilometer speed. So that's pretty interesting. So I never thought I would be the competent driver. Let's put it that way. I almost killed our whole footy team in a bus one year, driving out to what's that one down near Banana?
Mara.
Miara, yeah, almost killed us one year. I got sacked. Cheese had to drive us home, so that was interesting. Big.
That's why I haven't taken a bus trip with the Crocs yet. So
Well, you get all your injuries on the field, don't you?
yeah, yeah. Every year is a new injury, and then I'm
Yeah,
like, oh, I'll come back and play next year, and then I don't, and then I do, and then get injured. So
you had a bad one this year. You want to talk about that? What happened to your leg?
yeah, yeah, real bad one. It's probably the worst one I've had. So I've had shoulder recons in the past. I've had a knee recon from an ACL in the past, and yeah, this year I had a shattered tibia, and yeah, wound up with 12 screws in a plate, about a 12-inch plate down the full length of my tibia. So yeah, sort of just happened so quick, and I sort of looked at it when it happened and thought it was just another ACL, and I was sort of got off the field and I was like, oh no, this is way worse than an ACL. So
So did it feel like an
yeah.
ACL? Was it like a pop and a?
Well, that's the thing because it was so high up, like it was right underneath my knee.
Yeah,
So it didn't it there wasn't that snap that you normally hear from like guys who've been around sports a lot when they hear an arm or a leg go. There's that real loud snap that echoes through the field.
yeah,
I didn't hear that at all. So that's why I thought ACL. I was like, oh
tendon.
yeah, could just be tendon or something. Yeah, but yeah, got up to the hospital and they said, no, well, orthopedics are going to give you a ring. It's pretty bad. So
So surgery
yeah.
within a few days.
No, surgery up in Rocky it was nearly a 2-week wait in Rocky.
That's
So
terrible, eh?
yeah, yeah. So they got 3 operating rooms at the base hospital. Two of them were for like your elective surgeries, and one was for emergencies. So
Yeah.
must have just had few big incidents around that time and births
Yep.
and C-sections and whatnot. And yeah, nearly 2 weeks later, and yeah, I was under the knife, and they're like, yeah, 3 months, no weight bearing. I said, nah, I'll be back at rugby in a month, and they're like, no, you won't. And
I was laughing because I wasn't expecting you to say C-section. That made me laugh.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
but so it's just mainly physio and stuff after that. Hey, so you had a fair bit of time off work as well. So,
yeah.
what was the mental health situation? Because it's not hard to basically get rid of everything and just sit there pretty much.
Well,
So how did
that's
you
the thing,
handle
like,
that?
because I was sort of similar to Aiden with his injury with his arm. Like I was going to the gym a lot out at work, and like I was applying to be an emergency response team member at the time.
Yeah,
So I was doing a lot of weights and cardio to try to get fit, and then yeah, got the call to say, oh, hey, we need you to come play for Crocs. So it's like, yeah, cool. So I got right into it. I think I put on 10 kilos or something pre-injury,
on that
and then
ass.
of that ass, yeah, yeah, and that hooker's ass, and then
Give me something to hold
yeah,
on
just
to when I
going,
bind.
yeah, yeah, and then just going from that routine of drive out to work, then drive back. Like I'm in Dysart, so it's 3.5 hours west of Rocky. Just going from doing that every fortnight to sitting at home on the couch. It was 4 months from when it happened to when I went back. So
So
yeah,
like gymming, footy, boys, work, a lot of dopamine going through your brain and stuff. So and then going the other way, just sitting around, like that's got to mess with you a little bit. So what was the methods that you implemented to stay on top of that, or did you just let your head get the better of you?
yeah, like by the end of it, it got pretty bad. So like the first couple of months was all right. There's a lot of like check-ins and stuff from guys and workmates and whatnot, and just sort of by the end of it, I was sort of trying to reach out, but then you sort of feel like you're sort of pushing a lot of boundaries by like annoying. Like, it feels like you're annoying people because you just have nothing else to do. So you're just on your phone. You know,
Yeah,
you there's only so much Netflix and Disney and Xbox and PlayStation you can do, and
feel like a burden.
yeah, you just sort of yeah, you felt like a burden. You felt like you're annoying people, so you try not to sort of keep reaching out, and then when someone does check in, you sort of feel, um, yeah, you sort of feel like, you don't know how to react to it because you've sort of put it behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it when people like if people are going through stuff like that and reach out because it's not that I'm not messaging you because I'm not thinking of you. It's because there's a lot going on in the world, isn't there, in your lives, and you're just not acknowledging at the time that oh maybe I need
Yeah.
to check on you. So it's just a reminder as well. But like all the I do it every day anyway, even if you're injured or not. But like occasionally I send you like Forrest Gump shit, like that sort of stuff. If I'm having a bad day and you randomly send me like a Forrest Gump thing or something like that, bro, I fucking love that stuff. Like it's just little things in the world, like, and I just hope people appreciate that. Like just little things, like you don't even need to say hello. Sometimes just send like a little. I love sending like
Mm.
little midgets running down the street and stuff. Like I love that stuff. Makes
Yeah.
me happy. I love midgets.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. And like a lot of it was also like being 7/7. So, like I'd message friends from work, not realizing they're asleep because they're on night shift, and I'd be like,
yeah,
oh, I shouldn't be messaging them because I don't want to wake them up. But yeah, or like vice versa, being like being in Yeppoon, like guys are
yeah,
on different swings to us. They're on the other side of the world. So
yeah.
yeah, mm,
It's hard, yeah, it's hard, but yeah,
mm,
well, in the future, like you can message me whenever you want. If you don't hear from me, it's probably because I'm in my own world, not because I don't
yeah,
care about you.
yeah,
That goes for
yeah,
everyone listening.
yeah, and that's sort of the thing you got to remember. Guys, like people are living like their lives as well. And but yeah, it's a bit of a tough one. And then like and I ended up going back to work, and then I'm on work cover now because I fell down the stairs again. So it's just
Yeah, I
just
saw that.
hasn't been a good year. So.
Does it make me a bad friend that when I saw that I had a little giggle?
No, no. Yeah.
It was more like a what now?
Yeah. I was like, oh, if you don't laugh, you cry. Like, because I was on night shift, it just rained. We'd gone out to sort of get going, and then stairs were slippery, and just my right leg went out, my left leg backed up under itself when it hadn't had the full physio treatment, and
Didn't have the
yeah,
appropriate strips on the stairs. That's what I would have said.
Yeah, no, they had them. Yeah, it was
Ah,
just
shit.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, it was just one of those nights. It was wet, it was slippery. Lost a
I'm not going
coffee.
to say the mine that I work at, but we could probably blame safety at my mine.
Mm. Yeah, well, there's a couple in Dysart. I probably shouldn't mention it, but
You probably worked at all of them too, so
yeah, yeah. Well, no, that was last year. I had a few jobs last year, so
maybe we can blame Winchy for the maintenance on the stairs.
yeah, we could, but he's at the other one, so
Yeah, okay, copy, copy.
otherwise I would. He would have been my first point of call.
They got a little bit deep then, but I was thinking about a segment today. Not a segment, but I was going to do a midweek podcast, which I spoke about before, a kind of a serious one, and I was going to call it welfare check, where we just do little checks in with the boys or celebrities. I've got a few, not big note myself, I've got a few celebrity friends and stuff. So just get in and
Mm.
talk about how they handle stuff as well in the hard times. That could be an interesting little side project. So
Yeah,
you would
yeah,
be the
definitely.
perfect bloke to host that with me
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Have your people contact my people.
because you're mentally fucked up. So you can help. You can, and we have similar sense of humor too. Like there's not much that we can't joke about. Like we find humor in all the dark stuff, which is a beautiful thing. Like
Mm.
I think
Yeah,
it's a
like when
beautiful
when
thing.
when you were talking about performances last episode, and I was like, oh, some of the live performances I'd like to see, like dark comedians, like your Jimmy Carrs and your Daniel Toshes and
Yeah,
your
Daniel
Matt
Tosh is good.
Rice. Mm. So
Daniel Tosh has some really dark, like that talks about his dead brother and stuff. Like that stuff hits home. Like, 'cause
yeah,
I got some really dirty, dumb jokes about my mum and my sister and stuff, which I can't say on the podcast, but I'll fill you in when I see you. But yeah, who else
yeah,
would have you put into? But I think we were specifically talking about bands like music.
yeah,
But that's good chat. Like
yeah.
I wish my head would have went there because I've seen Jimmy Carr live. He was unreal. He was really
Yeah,
good.
yeah. I haven't seen too many performances. Like I went and seen Guns N' Roses when they toured Australia, so that was pretty good. I didn't realize that Billy Joel was in Melbourne at the same time. Otherwise, I would have went and seen him
That would have
because
been
I
good.
love Billy Joel. Yeah, and then the Offspring toured. I missed that. You spoke about Linkin Park touring. I missed them when they toured in 2013 because I had to work. Yeah. So that I think that was Chester's last one in
Well,
Australia.
do you think you would have went and do you think you would go see them now with a new lead singer, or it's just not the same?
I've tried to listen to it. I haven't sort of listened to too much. But yeah, sort of, go out and give it a try. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's still the same. I saw an interview with his wife, Chester's wife, a couple of days ago, saying that they asked her about the signs leading up to and stuff, and she said, yeah, there's obvious
Mm.
signs in the past of their life, but like the leading up to it, it was fine. Like they just come back from a family holiday, happiest time ever, and then
Yep.
boom, done. So, and she said that's the scariest thing because the times where I thought it would happen, it didn't, and the times that everything was supposed to be okay, that's when he was struggling the most. So that's the scariest part. Like you just don't know.
Mm.
So just check in, welfare check. There we go.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
sneaky welfare check. Some good news actually. Let's talk about the podcast now. Our social media is going off. So we got podcast of the week in Central Queensland 3 weeks running with the most hits, shares, and views on Spotify.
Oh, nice. Yep.
Which we're killing it on Spotify. Just low key, we're killing it. I don't know who's listening to this shit, but we're low key killing it. We got an Instagram now, which you spoke about. I think you were the first or second person that subscribed, which was thank
Mm.
you for that. So we're getting huge hits on Instagram, which I didn't think was a thing. Like I didn't even know much about Instagram, but apparently it's important in the influencer world.
Mm.
And this is the big one, YouTube. In the last 7 days, we've increased from 30 subscribers to 432.
Oh,
So,
nice.
so it's huge. It's popping off. Our reels are popping off. I don't know why we got one on there of us playing football in Westfields. That's got 8,000 hits in 3 days. They love it. They just love big boys running apparently. So maybe that's all I
Hopefully,
do. Just
hopefully Jason Riles has seen it.
well, he was a dragon too. So Jason Rolls,
Yeah.
if you're listening, did you see the Inside Out? Oh, bro, it's unreal. I'll put a little
Yeah,
head wobble.
yeah, I did see it. I'm not doing much at the moment, so yeah.
We
Like
need to do
like yeah,
some more
like this
content.
this podcast was my number one podcast on my Spotify wrap this year. So um
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I won't go into too much details why, but yeah, it was my number one podcast for the year. So
No, please go into some details. Is it for peer pressure?
no, it was just the only podcast I've listened to. I just listen to a lot of playlists at work. So I'm usually not a big podcast listener, but I've jumped on this one
You've
to
got
help the boys.
14 hours on our podcast. I saw it on our wrap as well. So you've listened to
Yeah,
every episode basically.
yeah,
Only once though. That's a poor effort to be honest.
yeah,
So originally we're going to get Chef on as well, and I was talking to Chef about it, and he's keen. We're going to do the who's our biggest fan. So you and well, I know I did a little short thing in the intro, but Shepard, you've been with us from the start. You've been a big supporter of us, and
Hmm.
you've been fairly negative on your boy Biggie as well. No, I'm joking, but yeah. So I think you're the most DJ's the most mentioned person. I think you and Chef are equally second most mentioned. So
Yeah,
going by the AI breakdown that I saw a couple of days ago.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So yeah, socials are popping off. So once we get to 1,000 subscribers, we can actually start getting monetized, which is exciting.
yep,
So
yeah.
that's exciting.
Hopefully a sponsor soon.
Well, we're working on it. We're working on it. We're working on the sponsor actually. No, don't worry about that. What was I going to say? Maybe when are you going back to work? You got some time off?
Yeah, so I'm supposed to be on night shift now, so I won't be back to work till next week. Follow up with the doctor on Tuesday, see if there is damage or not. Done all the tests. They keep saying do an MRI. How do you do an MRI with a 12-inch plate in your leg? But apparently titanium's not magnetic, so
12
which I
inch.
found out.
Did you say 12-inch plate? Let's just say plate. Was it plate? 12-inch plate?
Plate. Yep.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said penis. Okay, carry on.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so a 12-inch plate, yeah, from when I broke the tibia. So I was always like, oh, it's there's a metal rod in my leg. How am I going to get an MRI? So yeah,
So you can.
you can, yeah, yeah. So titanium's not magnetic, which I thought it was stainless, but apparently it's titanium.
Titanium alloy is what they used on the space shuttle, um, which
I
will
got
come
some
up.
magic legs.
We'll talk about that accent in a little bit because it's going to be coming out if you don't mind. I was going to say I want to start doing some more video content for the channel. So when I get home, I'd love to go do some food reviews with you if you're comfortable to be on camera in public. It's quite scary, but
Yeah,
me, I don't care. But we'll go do some.
yeah,
Apparently, I heard the best bar me is in Mount Morgan, so we'll go for a trip, I reckon.
yeah. I did see that on the Rocky Food Radar. So yeah, we'll have to
Yeah,
try it.
yeah, right. We'll do that. How's your voice for the Forrest Gump accent, mate? Because you knew I was going to bring you out, and I still think you have the best Forrest Gump accent when you nail it that I've ever
Yeah,
heard. So, do you want to put it to the test?
yep. Right, let's do
Okay.
it.
I was going to go in the top five, but now that you've warmed up, I'm going to do it. Okay. So, we got no Aiden back to school this week, so we're going to do this called Gump or Dump. So, Forrest Gump or is it shit Forrest Gump? Okay. So, we're going to do a quiz first, and then we're going to go into some impressions. Feel free to answer the questions as Forrest Gump if you like.
Okay.
So, hello, Forrest. How are you?
Hello.
That's all I wanted. Okay, mate. So, first question, Forrest. How long did you run for?
I ran for 3 years, 4 months, 16 days,
Uh,
32 hours. I,
32 hours. It's an extra day.
yeah, day and a bit.
It was
Ran across
close.
3 different time zones, so it all just sort
Yeah,
of merged into one.
it was close. 3 years, 2 months, 14 days, 16 hours.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. You should know that, though.
Oh,
You
I
should
should
know that.
have.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Usually by that part of the movie, my wife's yelling at me to turn it off. So,
That's pretty deep in the movie, actually. Second question: what was the name of the bus driver?
Dorothy Harris.
Yes, yes. That's how good is she? We're not strangers anymore.
Well, now we ain't strangers no more, are we?
I love that. That's awesome, and I love how they intertwined it at the end with the daughter and the son as well. Her daughter was driving the bus, and then little Forrest.
It's the same woman, wasn't it?
No, it's her daughter, isn't it?
No, I thought it was the same woman.
The, the,
She's
the,
like, because he's like, you're Dorothy Harris, and I'm Forrest Gump.
yeah, but she's like skinny and shit. The other Dorothy
Yeah,
Harris is like a
she's
fat old.
obviously aged.
Oh, I'll have to look at that. I thought it was her daughter.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have a look at that.
Hmm.
What famous song did Forrest help John Lennon create?
I do
They
know
got
it.
religion too.
Um, what's it called? It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of what it's called.
Right on the tip of my tongue.
Um, 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 in the land of China, they ain't got no religion.
Imagine that.
Imagine by
Yeah,
John Lennon.
that's
Yep.
one of my favorite scenes in the whole thing. And they got Lieutenant there. They gave you the Congressional Medal. That was the best, man. Um, okay, Forrest. This is quite a tough one. I wrote these all myself, by the way.
Hmm.
Forrest's home was about a quarter and a mile away from what route number?
Uh, Quarter mile from Route. I want to say 16, but
Oh,
no.
17. It's 17. Yeah,
Oh,
Route 17, Greenbow, Alabama. That was good.
yeah.
And you
It's in the
definitely,
county of Greenbow.
it's in that man is sure running full. And the last question we have in this quiz, mate, is I've lost it actually. Where is he? Where are we? Do you know what it is? Okay, so it is which country did the American ping pong team travel to?
They sending me to Vietnam. Oh, the
No,
ping
the
pong
ping pong
team
team, the ping pong team,
to
yeah.
the land of China.
China, yeah. So that was it. So
Yeah,
that was the first part. So you got a couple wrong, which I was pretty disappointed in with you, to be honest with you. You call yourself a super fan. How many times have you
yeah.
seen the movie?
Oh, hundreds, I reckon. But
Yeah. I'm in the thousands, I reckon.
yeah,
Like I could do it word. I reckon if we sat down, maybe that's some content. We sit down and say word for word.
yeah,
And
like sort of pause it and like next question
and
of
if you get
what's
the
going to
line
happen next.
wrong, you have to do a shot. The Forrest Gump drinking game.
Oh,
That's good. That is good. Maybe we could do it together. We'll like put our heads together. This is a line player, and if it's wrong, we both do a shot. That's pretty good.
yeah. All right.
I like
Yeah.
that. So the next part of it is impressions. So I'm going to give you a line, and you're going to have to tell me what the next part of the line is.
All right.
Okay, so still on the Forrest Gump theme. So I'll give you a line, okay?
All right.
Have you found Jesus yet, Gump?
I didn't know I was supposed to be looking for him.
I love that one. Okay. Is he smart, Jenny?
Really smart, Jenny. He's the smartest in his class.
No. Is he smart, Jenny, or is he like me? That's what I was looking for.
Yeah. All right.
That's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Lieutenant Dan. So this is Forrest or Lieutenant Dan. So you got to reply as Lieutenant Dan. New legs, Lieutenant Dan. It's at his wedding.
At the wedding, yeah, right at the end, yeah. It's like
We
you got
said it
new
before.
legs. Yeah. It's like titanium alloy used on the space shuttle.
Magic legs.
You got magic legs.
Righto, that's a Forrest Gump rap. Wrap it up. No one else wants to hear that, but
No.
that was just for me. I don't care if anyone, our 8 listeners, like that or not. That one was just for me. So thank you, Shep, for that. Oh no, I've got one more actually. Jenny's dad was a loving man.
He was always kissing and touching her and her sisters.
What a
That's
prick,
a
eh?
bad one.
What
All
an
the lines in the
absolute.
movie, you had to pick the
Yeah,
worst
but what
line.
an abs. It's such an endearing scene because it makes you realize why Jenny was so fucked up and how
Mm,
how ignorant Forrest was to the world as well. He thought found goodness in everyone. So it's actually a
yeah,
pivotal moment in the movie.
yeah,
But yeah, but also a fucked up one. Do you want to go into our top five? Do you want to tell everyone what the top five is this week? This was your idea, actually.
yeah. So I put this idea out probably a couple of weeks ago. It was top five best sporting wins.
Oh, is it
So
wins? Oh, I messed up. I thought it was
or just top
greatest
five sporting
moments.
moments. And
Yeah, okay,
yeah,
sweet.
yeah. So I've gone a couple of wins, but yeah, some of them they're not like a first win or anything. Yeah. So
Right. Well, you're the guest, mate. You go first.
yeah, well, I'm a huge Newcastle fan, so my
You're the only
top of the
one.
hat, the old '97 NRL Grand Final between Newcastle and Manly, 26-22, right on the buzzer. Johns goes down on the inside and passes it back into Albert, who scores under the six.
And rumor has it he said to him, "Stay alive, mate.
He said what?
Stay alive to Albert," because they did
Yeah.
video. I don't know if you knew this. They did video work during the week, and back in the day, the wingers didn't really do too much work, so they'd make their tackle and then they'd head straight back to the wing. And
Yep.
they picked that up in the video thing. So Johnsy said to him, "Stay alive." So when he comes back up, he knew that the winger would go back out. hit the
Mm.
2 man and come back inside. So it was actually he had it in the back of his head. So that just goes to show how much how smart he was as a football player. But that's a good
Yeah.
one. That's a really good one. I think his brother missed a field goal earlier, and so did he.
Um, yeah,
Matty definitely missed one, and I think Joey missed one as well.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
I loved that. For me, I think 2001 was much better because the Parramatta Eels were odds-on favourites, and so was Manly. Manly was odds-on favourites as well. But the 2001 and one was probably more pivotal to me because like I remember it more. I actually watched it.
yeah,
So, but yeah,
yeah.
and
Was Para minor premiers that year?
they were minor premiers. So in 2000 they killed it as well. They missed the opportunity to win. And then 2001 they come back and they went into the game. And I think Newcastle led something like 16 or 20 nil at halftime.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
And
Yeah,
yeah, it was just yeah, it was crazy. For me, I'm a big baseball guy. We know this. Have you ever heard of breaking the curse? So the Boston Red Sox, they sold the great Bambino, Babe Ruth, to the New York Yankees.
yep.
And since then, they believe that since getting rid of him, they had a curse in Boston and they didn't win for something like 83 years, something like that.
Mm.
And then in 2004, so the way baseball works is they have back then they got 4 or 5 or 6 divisions. Now back then they had two, the ALCS and the NLCS, the American League and National League. They both the winners of both leagues meet in the World Series.
Yep.
So back then in the ALCS, in the American League, the Yankees met the Boston Red Sox, and they played the best of 7 back then. Now it's 5, but best of 7 back then. Yankees led 3-0, and they were no hope. They're like no hope, and they come up with this motto, and we used this in 2019 for the Crocs when we won. They come up with this motto, "Why not us?" Like everyone's putting them down, putting shit on, can't win, why not us? Anyway, even in the fourth game they were down. Long story short, they ended up coming back, and then they went on to win the series, and then they won that series and went on toward the World Series after 83 years. So to me, that's one of the greatest victories in sport history, not just baseball, but in sport history. If you don't know Breaking the Curse, look it up. You've got the Kurt Schilling Red Sox conspiracy, which we spoke about previously as well. But yeah, number one for me is Breaking the Curse.
Is that where the potty gets its name from? Is that
A
the
gift or a
curse?
curse? Nah, gift and a curse is just our ADHD and stuff saying sometimes it's a gift, sometimes it's a curse.
Yeah,
But if you were a
gotcha.
true fan, you would know that.
Yeah, yeah. No, I have heard that in a couple of episodes.
Every episode,
Yeah, every episode, every 10 minutes on every episode.
Aiden reckons I mentioned my ADHD more than he mentions creatine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It'd be close, but yeah.
What's your number two?
So my number two. So sticking with the Gabba win. So the Aussies obviously won the Gabba test.
Yep.
Um, 2013, the miracle on grass where the Lions beat Geelong.
Talk to
So
me more about that.
Lions were down at third quarter by 52 points. Ash McGrath playing his 200th game. Kicked the winning goal right on full time when the Lions come back and kicked 10 from 11 goals
Which
to
is
win by
quite
five.
big in AFL, isn't it? That's a big.
Huge, yeah. So a goal in AFL 6 points behind one. So yeah,
Yep.
they had a bit of work to do, and um, yeah,
Is that one of the
great.
biggest comebacks in the history of the game?
Yeah, I think it's
It
up
would
there.
have to. It would have to be, wouldn't it?
Yep. Hmm.
It's a bigger comeback than Winchy coming on in the grand final after 10 minutes. Um, so that's good. Miracle on Grass. I like that one.
Mm.
I wouldn't have. Ash McGrath was that bald fellow with the tattoos, eh?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was. He was a mean man.
It was a mean dog.
He was always biting in. It must have been her grandma's dog. For me, Forrest Gump, fuck off. For me, number two, all the strange would know this, racehorsing, the race that stops the nation, specifically, Oceanly, Maccabi Diva.
Hmm.
3 Melbourne Cups in a row. Don't think it'll ever be done again. Same jockey. Two different trainers. So the first one, I forget his name, but he gave it to someone else, and then I think Lead Friedman took over. But for me, the biggest thing in the third one for me is the race call. The champion becomes a legend. Like it just sticks in my mind every time I hear it. I get goosebumps. And the champion becomes a legend. Like it's unreal. If you haven't seen it, YouTube it. Maccabi Diva, man, it's just I don't think it'll ever be done again. It'd be like maybe Secretariat is close to it winning the Triple Crown in America.
Hmm.
Probably more impressive. Three different races over 6 weeks in the one year. That's pretty impressive as well.
Hmm.
But yeah, Mackay Diva, number two for me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, when you hear famous racehorses, you think Farlap, Kyvie Diva. Yeah.
Yeah, Archer, the first one to ever win the Melbourne Cup. So
Hmm.
there you go.
Cool. My number three, bit of an Olympic one. We touched on it in the pre-chat. I've got Stephen Bradbury winning the
Yeah, Brady.
2002 Salt Lake City Winter Olympics gold medal. So he had a bit of a weird run up. So he had what was it? He finished third in the quarterfinals. But it's top two that goes through. So he was a bit lucky because the Canadian racer was disqualified for making contact with another racer. His semi, so he's talking to his coach, and his plan was to sort of sit back because he was aging at the time. He wasn't as quick as the other racers, so he's just going to sit back, and if everyone falls, they fall. So the semi-final come up. He was in last, and the same thing happened where three races crashed. He's come through and won it. And then, of course, the final race, the four races in front of him, he's gone through and won Australia's first gold medal in speed skating, the 1,000 meter event.
First gold medal in the Winter Olympics, I think.
Uh, in that event, I think it was, yeah.
Oh, I beg to differ. I
That's
think it
that, that's a,
was,
that's a fact check for next week.
yeah, it was either that or the Alyssa Campbell in the aerial. But I'm pretty sure Bradbury was the first ever. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think
Fact
I think
checks.
Campbell was later, and then you had the snowboarder as well who died in the surf. He did he win gold when he?
Didn't have to bring up the death, mate. That was just unnecessary. Yeah, yeah. We can't say he didn't win gold now because to me he wins it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good fact check. Um,
Hmm.
Touching on Brad, I know a little bit about everything, but not a lot about something in particular. But Bradby, he wasn't actually going to go up on the dais and accept the medal. He was very embarrassed about how he won it.
Hmm.
Like in all this, he didn't think he deserved the gold medal and all that. And he had a conversation, I believe it was with his coach at the time, and he said, "Mate, you're not accepting this gold medal for winning this race. You're accepting it for the 20 years hard work, blood, sweat, and tears you put in for your family that has sacrificed everything. That's what you're accepting it for." And then he actually went up on the dais with his head held high then. So good chat from the coach.
Yeah, yeah.
Great chat from the coach, actually. So, but yeah, it's good. Well done, Bradby. If you weren't in the final, you don't get chocolates, man.
Well, that's it. Eh? You get them or you don't.
If you ain't got no beef, you can't make a stir fry. um, for me, how random was that though? It's just out of nowhere. For me, you probably have this on your list, so put a pencil through it. 2000 Olympics, Kathy Freeman.
No, I didn't.
You don't have it, okay.
I should have. I should have. I didn't want to go into too much. I sort of wanted to have a bit of variety, but yeah, I do remember this one.
I'm gonna put a little bit of a low on it because it's not as great feat as people think because the number one in the world at the time was another runner who actually pulled out of the Olympics. So it's not like she was going against like the best at the time. But there's still two other runners but she had a better personal best there. But still, the thing that makes it great for me is the moment. So she's in front of everyone. She opened the Olympics with the torch for one. So everyone in the stadium, whether you're Australian, Fijian, from Cameroon, they know who you are.
Hmm.
And to do it under pressure with all that pressure on her, and the way she did it, she just exploded at the end and won by like, if in racing terms, 10 lengths. It was incredible to perform under that pressure. So yeah, another moment I can watch 10 times and still get tingles for, and I'm a big tingle guy, you know that.
Yeah,
But yeah,
as an Indigenous woman too, which wasn't really heard of at the time, especially in track and field.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, yeah. I was going to bring up, the Indigenous thing later, but you just touched on it now. So yeah, that is huge. So and more so than now, back in then, we had the big land debates and stuff as well. So it was kind of like a statement as well, wasn't it? It was kind of like not a protest, but it was kind of like a statement that hey, our voice is going to be heard as well.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
yeah, it was
definitely.
good. So Kathy
Hmm.
Freeman, 2000 Olympics for me.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, well, my number four. So it wasn't his first win, but Craig Lowndes, 2006 Bathurst. So that was the same year Peter Brock died. He was racing with Jamie Whincup. It was his first of four that he won. So at the time, um, Craig Lowndes was racing for Ford, but had Peter Brock, who obviously a big Holden man, mentored Craig through his early years, brought Craig in through the Holden system, and then when they swapped, I think it was Team Triple Eight, swapped over to Ford. The year Brock died, yeah, Craig Lowndes won it, and it was pretty memorable, even though it wasn't, his first Bathurst win. But
Just the fact that was him and the history he had with Brocky.
yeah, yeah, which now they're obviously years later, and the Bathurst Trophy's named after Peter Brock, and you know
Rightly
Craig and
so.
Craig and Jamie went off and did their own things. I think Jamie won four and Craig won seven. So yeah,
How many did Brocky win, do you know?
I think it was nine.
Oh, so he's the GOAT.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
Oh, he just dominated,
yeah.
absolutely dominated Bathurst racing. Yeah.
So he's like the Dale Shepherd of racing.
I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't go that far.
The Dale Shepherd in the bedroom of racing.
Yeah, he's quick. He's quick. That's all I can say. It's the
And
only
take
comparison we got.
he's quick and take corner sharply. You can't say that. So Craig Lowndes four for Shep. Mate, four. Touching on that, did you get confused in the early episodes between Shep and Chef as well?
Well, sometimes I get confused at training because, like coach will be like, "Oh, hey, chef, I need you to go here," and then we both go to the same spot,
Yeah.
and we sort of look at each other and we're like, "What are you doing over here?" I'm like, "I don't know. What are you doing over here?"
Yeah. I don't know how to play fullback. Yeah, you're right. I'll go back to the forwards.
Yeah, yeah, because we play similar positions. So like he's a flanker, but he can slot into that. I think that 9 or 10. I'm not really too sure. I haven't played too much with him, but a lot against him when he was playing for Frenchville and stuff. And I
You're
was like,
very
brother,
similar too, though. You can play multiple positions, and you're one of the blokes where like you'll fill in anywhere for the boys. So,
yeah, yeah, I'm still waiting to get that 10 jersey, like most front rowers, but yeah,
well, I'm
played
halfway
it.
there. I got the one now. I just need the O to go with it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's actually how I broke my leg because normally I play hooker and then I got pushed to tight head. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, it generally happens when you play out of position. That's when you do get injured because your
yeah,
body's
yeah.
working differently. You don't know how to brace properly.
Mm,
So yeah, it's actually quite often quite happened quite often quite happens quite often.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. So I was in a different position, different spot on the field. Yeah, it was just all out of whack. But yeah,
Same as in the bedroom too. If you try a different position, do a hemi or something.
yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so
normally I'm on the couch in the corner, but yeah, sometimes I get thrown in the starting squad. So
normally I get stuck in the cupboard. I don't know what that means.
I play the role of the husband that goes to work.
The cuck.
Yeah.
I'm normally the couch cover. Um, Number four for me, Rumble in the Jungle.
Yep.
Big boxing match if you don't know it. It was between George Foreman and Muhammad Ali. Goes down as the biggest sporting event out of all the sports in the 20th century. Muhammad Ali was a really big underdog. He was he wasn't in his prime. He went to jail, come back, won the gold medal in the Olympics, threw it into the river. He had his big battle with his religion, with going to Islam and stuff. But yeah, he was a big underdog in his 4-1 underdog, which is huge. George Foreman, big left hand. I think he was left-handed, but big pounder. But Muhammad Ali come up with a strategy called the rope strategy, where he would just lean on the ropes and let him hit him, let him wear him out, and basically fatigue the big man. So he would have been 160 kilos or something like that.
Mm.
So that was his strategy. So let him hit him, get tired, take his blows, and then he come back and he beat him. So yeah, the Rumble in the Jungle for me, number four.
Yep.
Pass the ball to you, Shep.
Yep. So fifth and last. So I've got the Wallabies 1999 World Cup win.
Yep.
So it wasn't their first one. So this is the second one they won. They were the first team to do it twice. They beat France in the final 23-19. South Africa, who had won the previous one in 90, what would have been 95, beat New Zealand and came third. So always good to beat the All Blacks in rugby, and when they don't make a top three finish, it's even better. So
Is that the John Eales kick?
yeah, it would have been. Yeah, he captained that side. So
He was a goat.
mm.
The only better second rower I know is the great Shackleton.
Oh yeah, great man.
To be fair, Shaq's played more games than John Eales, so he should know more about the game.
Shaq's played more game than most of the team combined at the moment. So.
Yeah, 100%, 1000%. If he can make me look good in the front row, you know he's a good second rower.
The greatest man to never pull on a Wallabies jersey.
He has played for the Wallabies. You not heard this
Oh, has
story?
he? Yeah, right.
Well, he played for the classic Wallabies in Rocky.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
I remember that game. Yeah.
and Andrew Walker, the great Andrew Walker, looks at him and goes, "Mate, you're playing 12 for me." Next minute, off a kickoff, Shaq comes off the back fence, taking a crash ball off the back fence.
That's
But
probably
yeah,
why I didn't recognize him because when that game was played, I'd only just moved back to Rocky, so
all right.
yeah, I didn't know too many of the Crocs boys then. I'd only just sort of known a couple of the brothers boys that I'd played with.
Yeah, no, that's great. We'll learn more about that story because on my side project we're doing a podcast for the Crocs, and we're doing Croc Corner, so you'll hear that story from the great man himself, which is he's got some great inside the shed stories, which would have been a hoot.
Yeah,
Um,
nice.
Speaking of the Crocs, like people that are listening outside our circle, Cap Coast Crocs is our local club, your local club now as well.
Yep.
You basically you and Shep are chef of the Bonnie Blues of the Rocky Rugby world, aren't you? You've been to every club. Um, but for me, my greatest sporting moment in the history is the 2019 Grand Final when the Crocs won the comp. It'd be
Against
rude
Billo?
against the Cockatiels, the Cockatoos against Billow. We should have. It's not very interesting, but both the teams should have been A grade. But because the way the comp works and the rosters week in week out, the boys didn't qualify for A grade. Neither of the teams did.
Yeah.
But yeah, people watching that day said our game was way superior than the A grade game.
Yeah.
3-0. It was 3-0 with 25 seconds to go, and then our boy Flinny scored to go 5-3, and then we got the kick, so it ended up 7-3. But they ended up kicking off and getting the ball back off the kickoff, so it was a little bit scary in the end there. But yeah, 2019 Grand Final. Go watch it on YouTube. Get off me.
Yeah.
Not sure who the coach was that year, but we'll find out at a later date.
Yeah, because I was at Rugby Park for that game. Yeah, so I was coming off the bench for Brothers. That was my first year we moved back to Rocky, coming from Brisbane. So yeah, I was off the bench for Brothers in the A grade, and we were watching it. Yeah, it was a cracker of a game.
It was very intense. Yeah, you played Dawson in the
We played
final.
we played Drovers. Drovers hosted it at Rugby Park. I broke my arm that year, or broke my elbow.
Surprise.
So I missed about 6 weeks. Played against the Crocs in reserve grade for Brothers. We got beaten. I was playing outside centre that game. There's a famous photo of Twisty putting me in a headlock because I was just Brothers filth at the time.
That doesn't
And
sound
then
like Twisty.
no, never, never. Big gentle giant. And then yeah, so Brothers lost it in reserve grade. Crocs went through. I ended up playing off the bench for A grade, and we ended up losing the Drovers anyway. So it just wasn't a good year for
Wasn't
the
meant to
Navy and
be.
White.
Yeah.
But cracker of a year for the Crocs. Yeah,
Yeah, we had a gun team. And that grand final was the first time we had a full strength team. First time we had a bench. One of the boys, Winchie, tells a great story that you see on the Croc podcast. But long story short is, we had one sub. Trent Williams goes on, and he got injured in the first tackle. He had to come straight off, done his shoulder. When she goes back on, the lady on the sideline says, "Oh, where's your ticket?" And when she goes, "Don't know what the fuck you're talking about. We haven't had subs all year." But yeah, great story. That's the top five wrapped up. We'll recap it.
yeah,
Top five greatest sporting moments of all time. We've predominantly gone Australian, haven't we? Which is a bit rude of us. But you got the 1997 Grand Final Newcastle victory. They shut down the
yep.
streets of Newcastle for a week,
A week, yeah, week long party.
driven by Gary Johns. The Miracle on the Grass, which was the Brisbane Lions.
Lions beat Geelong. Yep,
Ste
2013.
Stephen Cadbury, the chocolate boy. Stephen Bradbury, the comes through and wins the gold medal for the boys. Craig
Yep,
Lowndes, in what would you say,
six.
in memory of I guess.
'06 Bathurst win in memory of Peter
Yep.
Crock, who died that year. Yep.
And then we got the Wallabies win the World Cup in '99 for the second time in a row.
Yep. First international team to win the World Cup twice.
Unreal. And
Mm.
for me, breaking the curse, the Boston Red Sox beat the Yankees in a seven-game thriller, then go on to win the World Series. 83-year drought, which is huge. Makai Bediva, three Melbourne Cups in a row. Kathy Freeman
Mhm.
in 2000 Olympics, which was huge. Rumble in the Jumble. Anthony Mundine, Flies Like a Butterfly, Sings Like a Bee. Eyes Can't Fight What Your Eyes Can't See, whatever the fuck he said. And 2019 Crocs, mate. How
Yeah,
good was
nice.
that?
Any honourable mentions?
Oh, off the top of my head, do you have some honourable mentions?
I got one. Yeah.
You go on.
2021 reserve grade grand final.
There's a host of honourable mentions. Was it Kobe Bryant scoring 80 something points in a game? That's
Eight,
huge.
84 points, I think it was. Yeah, he
Yeah,
like doubled them up in the third quarter or something. Yeah. Mm.
yeah, things like that. There's heaps. Once you go over the
Yeah.
history of it, we could sit here for days. Um,
Yeah.
Matty Hayden getting his 300
Mm.
runs, and then a week or two, so not so long after, Brian Lara comes out and gets 400.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. There's heaps, man. There's
Yeah.
heaps.
Yeah, I've got like the 2010 AFL Grand Final. Collingwood and the Saints drew, and then a week later, Collingwood beat them by 56 points.
Penrith coming back to beat the Broncos.
Penrith four in a row or five in a row or whatever it was. Yeah,
Cowboys flick past.
Cowboys 2015.
Yeah, there's heaps in the history. A lot in Australia, to be honest with you, isn't there? To be fair.
Yeah, we're a very sporty nation. Yeah, I'd like to think.
What's your favourite thing about Australia?
Oh, I don't know. I've always sort of lived north. Like even though I'm born in Victoria, so we sort of moved up when I was young. I've always sort of lived in Queensland, so it's always sort of been the beach. Like like I ended up living in Yeppoon as a kid and growing up in Yeppoon. So yeah, just that beach on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon,
It's the
having a fish
outdoors.
or swim. Yeah.
I just like our no worries attitude. Like
Mm.
she'll be right. Like nothing phases the Australians really. Like
Yeah.
something comes up, like who cares? Like that's what I like about it.
Mm.
Anyway, that's a
Move
good way to
on.
live.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that sort of stuff. Not sure what we're going to do for the top five next week. Maybe we'll work out something.
Yeah.
You're on standby because we're not sure what's happening with Aiden. But it's a pleasure to have you, Shep. By the way, before in case I forget on the outro. But yeah, you you've been promised to be on earlier, but a few things have got in the way actually. But how's it been? Like, how's your stay been? How's the flight?
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Yeah. It's not too bad. Yeah. Yeah. I'll come back for another one. No dramas. Yeah, because we,
What?
we sort of touched on it in the past, and you're like, "Yeah, I want to get you on," and I'm like, "Yeah, like we'll try to make it work." But then I think we're on different swings and stuff, and
Yeah.
yeah,
And this one was like last minute rush, so hopefully the content was good, which I think it was. The vibe's definitely good because I get excited every time I see that face. To be honest with you, but yeah, I'm sure we'll do some things in the future. We touched on we're going to do some live stuff as well if you're keen, which I know you will be.
yeah,
But stuff like that. Do you have it? You talking about a quote? You got a quote?
yeah. So it's not really so much a quote, but it's more like because my degree is in criminology, so a lot of psychiatrists like to use the 5-5 rule. So share quotes it a lot. So it's there's you can sort of put it any sort of way that sort of fits your own lifestyle. But what I sort of like to sort of look at it by is if it doesn't matter in 5 years, it shouldn't matter you in 5 minutes.
Yeah, right.
Hmm.
That's huge. That's in everything, though. And like,
Yeah, yeah.
wow.
So a lot of psychiatrists use it as like a stress sort of relief sort of thing, like your anxiety, stress. So you sort of look at the world like what's going on right in front of you. But if it's not going to matter in 5 years, why should it matter in 5 minutes?
Yeah. So did you learn that in your degree?
No, I sort of learnt that early on. So I was doing a lot of rep footy and stuff as a teenager, as a rugby league referee, and then yeah, one of my coaches sort of said that to me, because I was had a lot of sort of bit going on in the background in my head, and he said, if it's not going to matter in 5 years, why are you letting it, matter now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I had a similar. We played a lot of baseball as a kid. We had a coach saying, like, once an action's happened, you can't what you can't. you can't change what's happened, but you can change what you can the process in the future to not happen again. So if you're worrying about that, the likelihood of it happening again is, but if you get it out of your head, like who
Mm.
cares? Like just short memory.
Yeah, yeah, and then I sort of like to look at it, whether it's with the kids or at work or whatever, and like
Yeah,
kids will throw an argument, like have an argument, but in 5 years you're not even going to remember it. So
yeah, all five
yeah,
minutes.
or 5 minutes, yeah,
It's a bit like having ADHD. I won't remember this podcast in 10 minutes.
yeah, yep.
I've got a quote. Do you know who Matt Fraser is?
No, not off the top of my head, no.
So Matt Fraser is will go down as the fittest person in the history of the world. He does the CrossFit Games and stuff.
Yeah.
He won like 7 or 8 in a row. Um, but he's got a saying that I'll do today what others won't, so tomorrow I can do things they can't. So that was his motto. So he puts the work in today. So when tomorrow, when they think they can step up a gear and go with him, they can't because they haven't put the work in. So basically, put the work in and don't expect things that you don't work for.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
nice.
things
Yeah, I
aren't
like that one.
instant. Things aren't instant in the world. You actually have to put the word in because I think in today's society, people just have this thing that they want it now, and they're entitled to it.
Hmm.
Not realizing you have to actually work for it, put the work in, put the mahi
Yeah.
in.
Well, that's it, eh? Like content creators, or like we sort of spoke about in the earlier episodes when you're asking for feedback, and sort of said, it's only early days. We keep working at it, and it'll probably blow up and be bigger than Kill Tony.
I'm not sure it's going to be. I'm not gay enough for that. I'm not as gay as
I don't
Tony.
know. I don't know. I've been to some home games.
What happens at the home games? Stay on the home games. Maybe we could do like a bus trip live podcast. That would be interesting.
Oh, that'd be dangerous.
Yeah, maybe we could do
I
some
don't know how much
sideline.
content we could use.
Yeah, that's true. We could do some sideline content, like commentating some games and stuff. That'd be cool.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
pre-match interviews or training interviews or
I used to do that in the past, but a lot of the boys didn't really care about it. Like they wouldn't really show up for it. So I
yeah.
gave up on that idea. But we
Mm.
move on. We digress. But yeah, touching on like I work hard behind the scenes in like what the little time I have, the time I put in, and it's starting to show in the last week. Like 400 subscribers, I didn't think we'd get 400 subscribers in our life, and to get that uptick in a week is huge for me. Considering the content that we have planned to put out is exciting to where it can go, because the content we have put up so far is nowhere near as like it's just a couple of clips from the podcast and then me and Aiden throwing a camera bag around a shopping center. Um, but if people like that, they're gonna love what's to come. So
Mm.
can't wait to see Shep get his lips around a 6 inch barn me, and then afterwards have a Vietnamese sandwich. Um,
Let's see. At first, I wasn't real hungry, but real thirsty.
yeah, I must have drank me 16 Dr. Peppers, 15 Dr. I don't know how
I
many.
must have, I must have had me about 15 Dr. Peppers.
I met the President of the United States of America again.
Mm, again.
Mate, I think you got anything else to add for this episode?
No, no, it's been fun.
It
Yeah,
has been.
we got it. We got it done. Your people contacted my people and replied back, so we got
And
it
we, yeah,
sorted.
and we got it done. Do you want to do the outro in the theme of Forrest Gump? You know the line.
Do, do I?
You can't fuck it up any worse than Aiden
Oh, no,
does.
no, I'm on the spot now. No, I can't do it.
Pack her up, boys. We are done.